What's up, guys? Today we will be checking out the Galaxy S26, and I'm pretty excited for this one. Now, they didn't change much with the S26, unfortunately, and I went with the blue color here. It's a very light blue as well, almost like a kind of sky blue here. Again, we have the new camera setup, and this phone has gotten bigger this year. It's got a 6.3-inch display here. Boom. Yeah, very, very nice looking. All right, I do want to answer some important questions. Again, one, IP68 dust and water resistant. We have the same Armor aluminum 2 frame on here, so very strong. And we do have a slight increase in weight. So we go from 162 from the S25 to 167. It doesn't really make a difference. If anything, I think it feels a little bit more solid and premium. One thing that a lot of people may or may not like, I don't think this is like a big deal, but yeah, the device does feel a little bit bigger. So as far as that kind of like one-handing, and I'll drop a comparison for you guys, comparing it to the other smaller phones. But yeah, for me, I feel like I can't like one hand this as easy as I could with the S24 and 3 and stuff like that. It does feel a little bit bigger. Kind of reminds me of like the S20 FE almost. Now again, let's talk about the display here. So still pretty similar display, honestly, to the S25. Dynamic AMOLED LTPO, and we also do have 120 Hertz HDR10 plus, same brightness at 2600 nits. And again, the biggest difference you'll, I guess, kind of find here, especially if you're coming from like a S23 or something like that. Yeah, it does feel like a bigger display when you're watching content, especially full screen. The resolution, everything is still the same. It's still 1080p, 411 for the PPI, still the same Victus 2 glass on here. But I would say, guys, the overall like full screen experience, yeah, it does feel like you're kind of holding a bit of a bigger phone for sure. So and again, if you watch a lot of content, stuff like that, you'll probably like that, like movies and stuff. But if you sort of miss or sort of like that compact more feel to the phone, I feel like it is kind of like going away now. But yeah, the video and watching YouTube videos and content on this phone looks really good. It doesn't feel as, small, I guess. So yeah, so I would say the overall screen quality is great. No issues. The colors look really nice. And if you want like that vivid look, I say this all the time because everybody will kind of bring it up, but you go to advanced settings, turn that vividness slider up, and you can get that really punchy color profile like on the S23, 22. All right, so Android 16 out the box, One UI 8.5. This phone is extremely fast. So we get 7 years of majorOS updates, Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, and these are the Geekbench scores: 256 gigs of internal storage, 12 gigs of RAM with the UFS 4, and it's extremely fast, guys. I don't really know how else to explain it. It really is just flying through this OS. It's flying through games. It's not overheating even a little bit. We got 45, so this is the highest I've seen it. This is higher than on my Plus and Ultra phone. And sometimes you got to run these multiple times, but this is like the best score I've gotten so far. We're at 31 to 57. So yeah, so this is again, for the 100th time, a very powerful chipset. You can I've seen people running like GTA 5 emulator on here. For your basic like smartphone use, like all the animations will be really smooth. Transitions also are like pretty smooth on here when you're recording. So when you're like, just kind of zooming in, you get those really smooth transitions. That's the thing that you'll notice coming from an older phone. And yeah, overall animations are very nice on here. And of course your gaming is going to be great. Now again, the overall performance is really not going to be that much different from an S25, 24. You're going to be able to play, of course, 120 frames, but we can, do that even on the S23. I would say the only difference I noticed playing games was, again, the screen is bigger, so it doesn't feel as compact. So again, that might be something you really like, but yeah, this is going to be a very powerful phone for years to come. So if you are a gamer, maybe coming from an S22, 21, you'll notice a dramatic difference in it not heating up and stuff like that. But newer models, it's really not that different at all, guys. Yeah, like I said, the Geekbench scores and 3D Mark scores are gonna say one thing, but you know, as far as like the performance thing, Samsung is really like, these chips are really geared towards making the AI functions faster and stuff like that. So yeah, so I would say gaming, yeah, it's great. If you are like someone who plays emulators and you're doing like really heavy tasks on your phone, then you might notice a difference. But for me, like this just feels like the same past three phones, honestly. But yeah, I will say like the screen being bigger does make it feel like not as compact. So you will get pretty much all the same AI features that you have on the bigger models. I don't see anything that's left out. You'll get updates for years and years to come. Again, not a big fan of the AI features. Like I rarely ever use any of these features, honestly, besides like the Gemini and Circle to Search. But yeah, so as far as like software, it's pretty much the same thing. I would have loved for them to bring the privacy display to this phone. That would have been pretty cool, but I get that that's a pro feature. I feel like they should have at least brought the anti-reflection coating to this phone. But yeah, as far as like software, 7 years of updates. It's going to do all the same AI stuff as the Ultra and Plus model. Let's see if these speakers have improved. I don't know. They sound almost identical to the S25. I'll, like I said, like drop the comparisons for you guys, but I mean they don't really sound that much different. I think they could be a little bit better on the low notes on the bass. And that's not to say they sound bad. There's bass here. There's really nice clarity. Overall sound quality sounds great. Even that top speaker is giving us really good sound. So no issues there. Ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, very quick. All right, so as far as the cameras, Samsung hasn't changed the cameras at all here. It's a 50 megapixel standard, a 10 megapixel telephoto, 3 times optical, and then we can punch into 30 times zoom. You have a 12 megapixel ultra wide, 8K 24 and 30, and a 12 megapixel selfie that shoots in 4K 60. And again, Samsung is kind of like basically with the S26 Plus, right? What they're doing is using the chip to kind of improve the photos with the AI processing and all that stuff to detect scenes and all that stuff. And I'm going to put them side by side with the older Galaxy phones. This is typically an area where people usually get, just super underwhelmed with the same photo and video quality. Another cool thing here that is here is going to be the horizontal lock here. So if I turn this on and then I put the phone like this, basically think about it as a digital gimbal, and then you guys can see. But yeah, I think photos and videos pretty much look like a S24 5, honestly, as far as like the coloring and overall detail and how the shots are looking. I don't really see this chip doing anything at all. But like I said, I could be wrong. I need to put them side by side. But yeah, and it's not to say the photos aren't good. Like your standard shots are fine. Like the regular shots, ultra wide, telephoto, it's fine. But yeah, don't expect like the cameras to look dramatically different or better. If anything, they'll look a lot of the same unless you're coming from a much older model like S9, 20, 21. You'll see a difference for sure. But I don't know, like maybe S23 through 25 is going to be like the same to me. So the battery upgrade is going to be, again, pretty small. I'm curious to see how much more screen on time we get. A really good guess, just using the phone, I'm gonna guess not a massive screen on time difference. Even with the chip efficiency, I would be shocked if we got like an hour extra screen on time. I feel like if we get an hour extra screen on time, that would be pretty solid. But I'm expecting like 30 minutes extra screen on time. I'm not expecting a big jump, but 30 minutes to an hour would probably be the realistic mark. Maybe 30 minutes for a regular power user, an hour for a light user extra. But that is, essentially going to be it for like the battery situation. Still 25 watt charging. It's still 15 watt wireless Qi 2 and reverse wireless charging is on board. Man, I really like the blue color. It looks pretty good. If you guys are thinking about getting this one, it's more like a sky blue though. But yeah, overall S26 main takeaways from this phone: same camera, ridiculously fast chipset. We also have a bigger. It just feels bigger. It doesn't feel compact anymore, honestly. That's pretty much it. We have all the AI stuff, which I don't really care about, but slightly better battery life. But that is going to be pretty much it. What do you guys think? Did you guys upgrade to the S26? What phone did you upgrade from? Let us know, and I'll catch you guys in